Hey guys, Dimension Master Studios here, how y'all doing? So I'm sure as you guys know, when it comes to Season 16 of Ninjago, Crystalized, one storyline that we have gotten so far when it comes to the season is obviously the storyline of the ninja being declared criminals. This happened relatively early on when it came to the season, and it's something that was made pretty clear when it came to the overall season during the trailers and everything. And like I said during my review of Crystalized, I have not been enjoying this. In my opinion, the prison storyline when it comes to Crystallize is really bad, honestly. It just hasn't been working. And it got me thinking a bit about Skybound, considering the fact that, well, Skybound also did a prison storyline where the ninja were imprisoned. And it got me thinking a bit, actually. Skybound did a much better job at its prison storyline in comparison to Crystallize, which really hasn't been doing that good of a prison storyline. So in today's video, I decided that I was going to compare both prison storylines and just explain why, in my personal opinion, Skybound did a much better job. Meanwhile, when it comes to Crystallize, it didn't. So let's do this whole thing. Let's start off with why the ninja were arrested in the first place in both seasons. When it came to the events of Skybound, it is because Nanakon framed each of the ninja for crimes. He pretended to be them, he committed a whole bunch of crimes as a ninja, which then caused the ninja to get arrested. Meanwhile, it allowed Nanakon to just do whatever he wanted, pretty much, which was obviously getting the Realm Crystal. This, in my opinion, actually makes sense as to why the ninja would be arrested, because again, they were framed for a crime they didn't commit, and there would be a whole bunch of confusion and stuff. While, yeah, this is something that you could see coming as to why the ninja are declared criminals, at the very least, in my opinion, it makes sense as to why they're declared criminals, because again, there's a whole bunch of confusion going on. And just, again, if ninja are framed, it just makes more sense, especially considering the fact that when it comes to the ninja, they are good guys, so the idea that they would just commit crimes wouldn't make all that much sense. So again, them being framed, that works. Take that in comparison to Crystallized, where the reason why the ninja are declared criminals is for saving Nia's life. The ninja did the right thing and helped out Nia, and it was made pretty clear when it came to the events of Crystallized that if Nia didn't have her powers removed from her, she would die. The ninja saved Nia's life and helped her, and they were declared criminals as a result. That doesn't make any sense at all. Now, yes, it is true that when it comes to the ninja, they did break out of Sphera and they got her scepter and everything, but you have to remember, the only reason why they did any of that stuff in the first place was because of the mayor who didn't allow them access to Sphera and her staff. The ninja told the mayor that they needed Sphera to remove Nia's powers in order to help save her life and everything, and the ninja would keep an eye on Sphera in order to prevent her from doing a whole bunch of terrible stuff, and the ninja have proven themselves on multiple occasions to have saved Ninjago a whole bunch. They've done it a whole bunch of times before, and Sphera at this point is weaker considering she doesn't have the scroll for Forbidden Jitsu or Kai's fire powers. Like, the ninja are clearly capable of handling this whole situation, and the mayor decides not to do anything about it. He doesn't allow the ninja to get the help that they need in order to save Nia's life, who sacrificed herself to save all of Ninjago during the events of Season 15. Again, this doesn't make any sense. The ninja did the right thing and helped out Nia and saved her life, and they were declared criminals for it because the mayor just clearly didn't care about what was going on. So yeah, again, the ninja being framed, that makes sense as to why they are arrested. The ninja being declared criminals for saving Nia's life, it doesn't make any sense at all. Another reason as to why the Skybound prison storyline works and why Crystallized doesn't, and I know this is going to sound kind of weird, so just let me explain this. The ninja aren't restrained during Crystallized. What I mean by that is this. When the ninja were imprisoned during the events of Skybound, they had bench-stone cuffs put on them in order to prevent them from using their powers and making escape harder for them. Take that in comparison to Crystallized, where the ninja have full access to their powers and aren't even restrained. Did Criterion Prison just forget they have all this stuff, or do they not have it anymore? And even then, you'd imagine that with there being just beings with elemental powers, they do something when it comes to this stuff, and maybe getting more bench-stone cuffs and everything. So just, again, how come the ninja aren't restrained during the events of Crystallized, but they are during Skybound? That seems kind of weird, honestly. Another reason as to why, in my personal opinion, Skybound did a good prison storyline is because of the ninja escaping. During the events of Skybound, the reason why the ninja broke out of jail is because they were warned about Nanakon and all the bad stuff he would do. So the ninja decided that as soon as possible, they would have to try to get out of prison, so that way they would actually be able to just try and stop Nanakon. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. And once it became night on the exact same day they got to Cryptarian prison, they were able to escape from prison, break out Captain Soto, who was able to tell them more stuff about Nanakon, and thus the ninja were able to do stuff when it came to stopping Nanakon. Take that in comparison to the events of Season 16, where the ninja are warned about the Crystal King and that he's going to be uniting a whole bunch of their previous villains together in order to try and stop the ninja and take over Ninjago, and the ninja don't act on this. They remain locked behind bars and just don't try to break out. Even though I'd imagine, again, they're warned about this massive threat that is planning to take over all of Ninjago. I'd imagine that the ninja would do something about this. But no, they just remained in prison, and they don't escape until a few episodes later. Again, that just seems kind of weird, especially considering the fact that, again, they did take a lot of action during the events of Skybound, yet during Crystalized, no. Again, it's just really weird, especially considering the fact that when it comes to Crystalized, the ninja don't have the cuffs on them. They can break out relatively easily. And just, again, this hasn't been making all that much sense. And finally, one last reason as to why, in my personal opinion, the Skybound prison storyline works and as to why the Crystalized storyline doesn't work is because of the law people who are involved in the whole situation. When it came to Skybound, that was obviously the police commissioner. And the reason why he decides to declare the ninja criminals in the first place was because, again, they appeared to be doing criminal things and they were actually framed. There was a whole bunch of confusion and stuff going on. And the ninja were actually able to appeal to the commissioner and made him realize that the ninja weren't actually criminals. They were on the exact same side as the police officers. And once the commissioner realized this, he dropped all the charges, and the ninja were no longer considered criminals at all, which was definitely a good thing. Take that in comparison to Crystalized, where we have the mayor and the judge, who clearly don't care about any of this stuff. Like Ninja, again, they have done a ton of good things in order to help out Ninjago and save it a whole bunch. Yet, when it comes to the mayor, again, he clearly doesn't care about this stuff, even though, again, just when it comes to Asphira, the ninja would be able to defeat her and just prevent her from doing any kind of bad thing, essentially. And again, the mayor clearly doesn't care about this, and again, says that when it comes to ninja, they're responsible for a whole bunch of destruction and property damage, when it wasn't their fault, it was the villains. This doesn't make any sense. And then there's the judge, and Dareth even brings up the fact that when it comes to the ninja, they've done a whole bunch of good in order to save all of Ninjago, and again, the judge clearly doesn't care about this. The only thing he says when it comes to the whole situation is just, that's the only reason why the ninja aren't getting life in prison. Which, in my opinion, that's just really weird considering that when it comes to the ninja, again, they saved Ninjago on multiple occasions, and it's been shown multiple times that the police clearly cannot handle these big and massive threats unless the ninja get involved in the situation. So the ninja being declared criminals at all doesn't make any sense, especially when it comes to the safety of Ninjago. Yeah, there's the new ninja and everything, but they're clearly a lot more just showboaty about the whole situation. So just, again, when it comes to the law people who are involved in this whole situation, when it comes to the commissioner, it makes sense. In comparison to the mayor and the judge, it doesn't, since, again, they aren't listening to reason. So yeah, when it comes to Skybound, in my personal opinion, it did a really, really great job when it came to its prison storyline, considering the reason as to why the ninja were declared criminals made sense. They were restrained properly, which, again, I know that's kind of weird. It's just something I found to be kind of interesting. When it came to the ninja escaping, it made sense. And when it came to the police commissioner, or his reasoning, again, they just made sense when it came to why he was declaring the ninja criminals. Meanwhile, in comparison to that, when it comes to Crystalized, the ninja were arrested for doing the right thing. They aren't properly restrained. The ninja were warned about this big threat and didn't do all that much about it, even though they were still in prison. And again, they could have gotten out. And when it comes to the mayor and judge, again, the reasonings as to why they're doing a whole bunch of stuff, they just don't make any sense at all. So yeah, again, Crystalized didn't do a good job when it came to its prison storyline. Skybound definitely did. But hey, we only have half the season of Crystalized at some point, so they could turn this whole thing around potentially, and just, we'll have to wait and see. But again, at this current point, again, like I said during my review for Crystalized, I really don't like the prison storyline. I don't think it's been working out well. And so that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So tell me down below, what do you guys think? Which season, in your guys' opinion, did the prison storyline better? Again, tell me down below, and I hope you guys enjoy. Later, guys, this is Dimension Master Studios, signing off.